Thank you. Welcome to the Voice Over Today audio podcast. I'm your host, D. Foster 3. At the beginning, I'm asking you to like, share, follow. I want to say a shout out to all of those of you listening on this platform, WPB Media. Shout out to the owner and operator, April J., for allowing our content on this platform, which we fully and absolutely support. At the beginning, I want you to like it, share it. We got some things, y'all. We got some things that we're going to get into. This is the podcast where we have an eye on the culture and we discuss relevant issues, trending topics, and thorough investigative journalism. So we go deep to bring you the information every Wednesday, 12 noon. Follow us on our social media platforms. On Instagram, it's Wake Up Global Media. On X, it's WGNINC. And on Facebook is Wake Up Global Networks. And of course, you can follow us on TikTok, The Voice Over Pod. The Voice Over Pod. Like it, share it, follow it. Listen, have you seen our Friday, The Voice Over Now podcast? We get into some things. See, let me tell you, this is the platform where if you like it straight, no chasing, no, in the words of Robin Thicke, we don't have no blurred lines over here. We just get into the information. And what I love too, we don't tell you what to think. I don't tell you what to think. I'm not here to shape your opinion. I'm here to give you the information so that you can make an intelligent decision on your own. Again, like this, share this, follow it. This is the Voice Over Today audio podcast. And I want to say thank you. I am CEO of the Wake Up Global Networks Incorporated. All right, let's get into some things. Today's conversation is entitled, all right, who is benefiting and why? Now you may ask, D. Foster, benefiting from what? And my response is, well, everybody knows, unless you've been under the rock, the Drake and the Kendrick Lamar beef. And why? Well, this is what I'm going to attempt to answer in the next few minutes. Now, I do cover this from a spiritual perspective because I believe behind everything natural, there's spirit, right? But in the natural, there's always a trail that can be followed. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, that's right. Sit back, relax. If you're on the subway, if you're in your car, just get indulged into what we're about to share, because I believe it's going to cause you, if you haven't, to go, Now, before I give you my opinion of who and why, allow me to give some information that, now, I have to admit, when I'm about to read this excerpt from this article, it's going to seem like it is totally irrelevant from me answering the question, who and why is benefiting from the Drake-Kendrick Lamar beef. But please indulge me, as you will see that this is all connected. Now, I want to read a snippet from an article, and y'all know I state my sources. That's professional, integral journalism. So this article that was written by contributor writer David Henkin, Henkin, in Forbes magazine. Now, and I quote, artificial intelligence is not just a crescendo. It is now a paradigm shift. Now, I'm going to say certain things as I read this article, and I want you to, I'm going to say PowerPoint. And that means I want you to mark that in your mind, because we're going to go back to these. Certain things in this article are going to be very important to tying or answering the question, who and why is benefiting from this insidious, in my opinion, this insidious beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar that has really, in my opinion, reshaping the whole hip hop culture, which it needs reform, but that's not the topic of this podcast. Go on and he says, AI possesses the potential to transform the music industry into a dynamic and technologically driven ecosystem, presenting both extraordinary opportunities as well as challenges. AI spans, I want you PowerPoint, all aspects of the industry. He's still referring to the music industry, the entertainment industry. From the way music is created and produced to the way it is consumed and experienced. AI, PowerPoint, powered tools are helping musicians to write, record, and mix music more effectively and create it. Now I'm going to go back in case you didn't do a PowerPoint, because remember, you're highlighting everything I say PowerPoint because these are going to be significant in answering today's question. And I repeat, AI-powered tools are helping musicians to write, record, and to mix music more effectively and creatively. AI is being used to personalize the music listening experience for fans and discover new artists and genres, end quote. Now, I'm reading further in the article. Here are a few specific examples of how AI is being used in the music industry today. PowerPoint. The Beatles completed a new song after 45 years with help from AI, using old, demo tapes by John Lennon, thanks to AI tools that isolate Lennon's voice. The song also features parts recorded by surviving members Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, as well as the late George Harrison. Who would know they are dead? If you didn't know, again, because of AI, who would know? Somebody coming on the scene who never followed the Beatles, the way they put this beat together, it could appear that they recorded it live, right? All right, I'm almost finished, but this is going to be key, what I'm reading. AI-powered songwriters tools like Amper Music Songwriter and AIVA can help musicians, PowerPoint, generate new melodies, chord progressions, and lyrics. Listen, go back to that. Because what I'm saying, I want you to get what I'm saying. Because we're asking the question, who is benefiting from this beef and why between Kendrick Lamar and Drake? AI can help musicians generate new melodies, chords, progressions, and lyrics. AI-powered arrangement tools like Band Labs, Band in a Box, and Proscenius Notion can help musicians create and redefine the structure of their songs. All right, I'm turning a corner. I'm still reading this article. Universal Music Group, PowerPoint, Universal Music Group, the biggest music company in the world, recently partnered with YouTube to launch the Music AI Incubator. With the fundamental AI music tools rooted in their commitment to collab with music industry alongside bold and responsible innovation in this space. Now, they listed 3 principles upon adopting this. First principle, AI is here and we will embrace it. This is Universal Music Group now. They're going to be very important in our discussion. We will embrace it very responsibly together with our music partners. Principle number 2, AI is ushering in a new age, PowerPoint, of creative expression, but it must include appropriate protections and unlock opportunities for music partners who decide to participate. Who are those music partners? That's kind of in the gray area, right? It didn't necessarily say artists anyway. Principle number 3, we've built an industry leading trust and safety organization and content policies. We will scale those to meet the challenges of AI. Now, if you remember, AI was a major factor in the recent writers and actors strike because part of their holdout was to negotiate that the labels would not come in and replace the writers, the producers, and even some of the artists with artificial intelligence. So this, what I'm reading, is major in the industry now. Of course, it's not coming out in social media. That's why you have the Voice Over Today audio podcast to bring this information out, because I am linking this. And if you're listening, you know where I'm going, to this beef, in my opinion, in my commentary, right? It says, so we know that the writer's strike was about how the consequences of AI would be affecting not only on the stockholders and interests and how it would affect the artists or the actors, even the actors. AI is having a positive impact on the music industry. This article goes on to say, but some challenges need to be addressed. One challenge is that AI-generated music can be indistinguishable from human-created music. Exactly. That's what I was saying at the beginning with this Beatles song. If you didn't know any difference, they recreated this Beatles song after 45 years with AI-generated tools. And I said at the beginning that a person that didn't know that McCarthy and Lennon were dead could come in with holograms and AI-generated robots and think that they're still alive. This is the challenge. And the article goes on to say that this raises questions about copyrights and ownership rights. Ownership rights. Wow. So who owns the rights to a AI-generated artist? Who generated? The label, maybe? See, I told you we going deep in this. We going deep in this. Because I don't believe the beef, and I'm gonna get into it in a minute, is just a disdain that Drake and Kendrick have had for yet. That may be a part of it. But something is throwing wood rather, on the fire. And we're getting down to it. So this goes on to say, this raises a question about copyrights, ownership. So-called deep fakes are real. A deep fake in the contents of music refers to the use of advanced technology, such as AI, to create realistic and often deceptive audio content. It can include voice synthesis, instrumental replications, and even songwriting imitation. The impact of, and I'm still reading this article, the impact of AI in the music industry is not a mere trend. It is PowerPoint. It is a building transformative wave. The business opportunities are vast, from revolutionizing composition, PowerPoint, the production of optimizing distribution, PowerPoint. AI is also making it simpler, easier, PowerPoint, big PowerPoint. Big PowerPoint. AI is making it simpler, pause, easier, pause, more cost-effective, double pause, to create and produce music, as well as to improve and personalize the fan experience. Y'all, I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. This runs deep. I mean, basically, this is very telling in this article. The music industry is poised for a fast fusion of human creativity and AI, promising a future where technology and artistry technology and artistry create music, while innovation presents many opportunities for the music industry to grow and evolve. Are you hearing what I'm hearing what I'm hearing? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? Okay, let's go. And I know it's a long article, but it's in my opinion, where you say, well, what do you base your conclusion on? Well, I have a intuitive conclusion, but I always love to bring the facts to confirm my intuition when possible. Like this, share this. The article goes on to say, if AI is promising a future where technology and artistry, yeah, I did read that. Now, the reason that I read this is I want to point out a few things that the article states that leads me to my opinion of who is benefiting from this Drake-Kendrick war and why. I want to point out, if I were to connect the dots, the gist of this article says to me, this is just my opinion, that AI requires less human power. Now, it did not come out and say that. But where you look at where I said bullet points, a lot of inference. Now, I know AI is going to amp the industry up. AI in its place is wonderful. It is Aquarian. So I expect that. But this is what I heard. This is what I interpreted. That AI requires less human power. Because remember, cheaper, easier. It requires less human, this is what I was getting, ingenuity in the creation and in the production of music. It will, for a lesser period of time, it will be quicker. Now, let me connect the dots to this. And this is an article in Forbes again on the June 23rd. Between 2001 and 2010, physical music sales dropped, wow, by over 60%. That's a lot. That's a big drop. Leading to, listen to this, lawsuits, layoffs, divestment, corporate consolidation, and a massive that led many market participants to retrench to safer, more predictable business. Now, according to this same article, the music business began to rebound in 2015. It may have rebound, but I'm not sure that it got to the place where it was before the drop in 2001. There's a lot of reasons why it dropped, right? You begin to see radio, because God, how y'all flow with the I understand media. I understand you pay the bills. But when you have more commercials than content, it's going to drop some more when I can put on the gym in my playlist and listen to the music that I want to listen to off of streams, Spotify, Apple, and not listen to or go to XM and not listen to 5,000 commercial. That's how you know, especially that the radio area, the radio media is dropping, declining, changing. But we're talking about the music industry and artists here. So with this 60% drop and layoffs and lawsuits, etc., it said that in 2015, the music industry began to rebound. Now, whether that's true or not, we know that several major corporations, in an attempt to save money, are investing in AI for the long run. Yeah, you got smart. You know, smart cities. Do your research. There are things coming out called smart. So everything is smart. When you hear that word, you know that AI is involved. And the more AI, in the long run, the less cost, the less overhead. You put your money up front, you have your maintenance, you have your designers, the programmers, that's what I want to say, your programmers. And if what I'm getting in this article, quicker, cheaper, and easier than what? Than human bodies. Come on, like this, share this. And it's coming in every single area. I'm only talking about music because I'm a connected dots with Drake and Kendrick. The impact of AI in the music industry in this Forbes article is said, and I quote, not a mere trend. PowerPoint. The impact of AI in the music industry is not a mere trend. You may say, D. Foster, I don't see it hitting artists. Yet it's not going to start. See, here's what I know as an observer of the times. Whenever something new and something drastic is introduced, is always introduced very slowly. Because the powers that be know that Americans rebel, people in general rebel against fast, instant change. So what they'll begin to do is just introduce it a little bit by a little bit. So of course we don't see the expanded capabilities of AI in any industry yet, but it's just being introduced a little bit at a time. And this is just the beginning. You wait until Pluto goes back into Capricorn, and then at the end of the year goes fully into Aquarius. AI generation will be off the chain, I promise you. Now, so it says it's not a trend. It is a building transformative wave. I continue to quote, the business opportunities are vast, from revolutionizing composition and production to optimizing distribution. So you have composition, AI will assist, I predict, take over the production, AI, and distribution. Are those operations performed by human beings? Oh, okay. I'm just asking. AI is also making it simpler, easier, and more cost-effective to create and produce the music, as well as to improve and personalize. Now let's go back. And I, end quote, personalize the fan experience, end quote. Let's go back over the past 6 to 8 months where we have witnessed some of Universal Music Group's, the largest entertainment industry, music industry that exists. Highest paid artists come under scrutiny as to taint, allegedly, their career. So if an artist's career is tainted through allegations, and I'm not getting into the allegations as a mere fact of discussing them. Other podcasters are doing that. The purpose of this is to answer a larger question, whether the allegations are true or not. Because whether allegations are true, if it's heard enough and if it's believed enough, then in public opinion, your integrity has been marred. And I would say that on two bases. P. Diddy, whether it's true or not, still haven't admitted guilt to anything. So in the United States, you're innocent until proven guilty. But the allegations are out there, right? And people are taking sides. Well, now lately, Drake. Now follow me. So if an artist, whether it is true or not, is tainted, their integrity comes under scrutiny, what happens? We saw it in Tiger Woods. We saw it when Kobe was accused. We saw it in Tiger Woods. It diminishes because they lose brands, endorsements begin to drop, and then basically it diminishes their ability to make money for the label, right? Right. So it would be in the label, especially when you have a 360 like Drake, it's best interest to stop the beef, right? I don't think it's a coincidence that the largest artist signed to Universal is currently in one of the most vicious battles in rap history. I mean, you may say, well, there was Nas and there was Jay-Z, but nothing like this. There was Biggie and there was Tupac. Yeah, nothing like this. And there's always rap battles. But this, in my opinion, becomes insidious with the personalized attacks. And I don't think it is a coincidence with some of the very damaging allegations against Drake. Now, after doing some in-depth research, in my opinion, several things, this is my opinion, are at play. I want you to think. I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm going to just put it out there so you can think. The information, I don't know if you've listened to Meet the Grams by Kendrick, talking about Drake in certain allegations, in certain character flaws. We're talking about who's benefiting and why. The information that Kendrick is alleging concerning Drake, it had to be given to him. Somebody at the top, in my opinion, had to hand him the information. You say, well, why is that? Kendrick could know for himself. Well, if Kendrick was eyewitness and beheld and sat back, he could be considered a partaker. This is information, in my opinion, handed to him by someone else. Now, that's the first thing that caught my attention. The second thing is, though they have different deals, because both are signed to Universal Music Group, wouldn't and couldn't, especially as damaging as these, and I think in one song Drake even accused Kendrick of hitting his wife. I mean, this goes deep, y'all. This becomes, in my opinion, not funny. This is not the Jay-Z and Nas battle. This becomes sinister to me. So let me ask you a question. If both are signed, but just in different ways to Universal, why nobody has come from the top to say flag on this battle? It's reflecting the industry, it's reflecting the artist, but most important, what labels care about is the money. It could cost us money. But to my knowledge, and it may have happened, and I'll come back and correct it, I know I heard that some execs from Universal called Kendrick and said that Drake wasn't going to say anything else about him. And since then, and that was supposed to be the pause on the battle, And after that, I think Drake came out with another one, and Kendrick did, and he went for the juggler. But there's been no seemingly intervention. Why? They're both from the same labels. They're both creating wealth for Universal. Just things that make us think. An executive at the top could put a stop to this immediately. But what if people at the top, just thinking, are in some way benefiting from not only the battle, but the end result? Now, why do I feel this may be all allowed? It has been stated about Drake, if these allegations are true, that like Diddy, everyone in Hollywood has known for years what Drake allegedly, because it has not been proven, but it is the greatest defamation suit in the world. If what was put in that song, Meet the Grams, and you're not like us, is not true, whew, Drake could be another multi-quadrillionaire. So, but I say allegedly. Share this, like it, share it. Allegedly. Why do I feel this may be allowed? When the allegations came out after the Cassie lawsuit with Diddy, and then Lil Rod and others that have come out, what I noticed that most artists, producers, staff of Diddy's, security of Diddy's, when they were on podcasts or platforms, it would be the common verbiage, but everybody in Hollywood knew. So that's a cover-up. So I'm hearing the same thing now when people talk about Drake. Allegedly, everybody in Hollywood knew for years, which means if this is true, someone high at the top was protecting him who is no longer protecting him. And if that's the fact, why have they stopped protecting him? Especially, we're talking about Drake, y'all, who apparently has the largest music contract deal in music history, signed with Universal Music Group at somewhere around $400 million. Now, it's a 360 deal, which also to me, you would seem like you want to put an end to this and protect his reputation, because you get a lot of whatever money Drake makes through music, through endorsements, through copyrights, through publishing. So you don't want to lose that money, right? It doesn't make sense to continue all of this unless the industry is tired of Drake for its own reasons that I won't discuss in this podcast. And I tie in, unless we are attempting to incorporate AI in the industry. And we got to make space. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? On the Voice Over Today audio podcast, I don't tell you what to think. I just go deep and bring up the information to cause you to think. Not to think what you see on the media or don't see on the media, but to think for yourself. I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to follow. It's been a pleasure being with you. 12 noon, if you listen to the replay, I want you to like it. I want you to share this. We can be contacted at thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. Thevoiceovertheglobe@gmail.com. Don't forget to hit us up every Friday right here on WPBMediaNetworks.com for our visual The Voice Over Now podcast. We have an exciting subject that we're talking about. Here is straight, no chaser. We don't take it any other way. Until next week, this is D. Foster III, CEO and President of Wake Up Global Network. Say, listen, all we asking is that you stay woke and think for yourself. Peace.